Oh!
Coal Creek and the rolling hills have generally been accepted as safe riding destinations even during periods of high avalanche danger. There is no alpine terrain and very limited obvious avalanche terrain. Many riders feel that by sticking to the main sled roads they are avoiding the avalanche hazard altogether. However, if we take a closer look at the actual terrain and throw in the current avalanche problem, we see Coal Creek Road can in fact be a dangerous place. Less than 1 kilometer from staging, an avalanche towed out about 40 meters from the road. Another 2.3 kilometers from there, a slide hit the road in 2 places, covering it with over 15 meters of debris.
I've been sledding here for over 15 years and I've never seen these avalanches come down in these areas ever.
But we received a significant amount of rain all the way up to Mountaintop yesterday. And with all this rain continued for 24 to 30 hours, it has saturated the snowpack.
Wet slab avalanches are caused by a thick cohesive slab of snow losing its bond to an underlying weaker layer or the ground after becoming saturated with water. In many cases, riding conditions are wet, slushy, warm, and rainy. Avalanche hazard can rise quickly, however the problem can be quite predictable and timing is key to managing wet slab problems.
With certain types of avalanche problems, we really need to redefine and take a second look at what we consider to be safe areas and what we consider to be avalanche terrain.
With this type of avalanche problem, it's a good idea to become super wary of terrain we may not normally consider a hazard, such as road banks, steep cut blocks, and steep treed slopes.
These areas we've never really thought of being as really high danger and hazard. You know, most of the chutes have been covered by trees and you can't even see where the snow is supposed to come down. But now they're starting to open up and starting to open our eyes a little more.
Our safe zones are definitely not as safe as we thought they were.
Wet slab avalanches flow like a river and tend to follow the path of least resistance. They move slower, like concrete, and usually without a powder cloud. However, even with the slower motion, they are still highly destructive and can wipe out anything that sits in their path, like old-growth trees and buildings. The mass is so dense that even a small avalanche could push you around or into terrain traps like gullies and roads. If this type of avalanche were to bury you, it would be crushing and rescue efforts would likely be unsuccessful.
For your next trip into the backcountry, make sure you check out avalanche.ca and the latest avalanche bulletin in order to see what sort of avalanche problems you'll be dealing with for the day and how to mitigate your exposure to the avalanche hazard.